Well, that was a convincing performance from Tottenham until about the 85th or so minute. I was buzzing. I was really on top of the world there. I thought, that's it. We've got 1 foot in the final of the Europa League. A better performance from the squad. A dominant performance. But that 1 goal from Bodo Glimt has popped my energy just slightly. And we've just got to go into next week's game playing how we did out in Norway. It's going to be tricky on that 4G pitch. But I think Tottenham can get to that Europa League final. I wasn't that convinced by Bodo Glimt whatsoever. But they have their moments, and they had a moment tonight, and they will be happy with how they performed in the end. But before we go further and analyse this semi-final in the Europa League semi-final first leg, if you are new to the Tottenham, to the Sonny Talk Spurs Tottenham YouTube channel, then drop us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments down below, what did you make of that performance? And has it changed your opinion on Ange? Because I'll be honest, when I saw that starting lineup, I was a bit confused. I was a bit perplexed. Lucas Bergvall out through injury. That was, a given after we didn't see him turn up. And Kulusevski on the bench. So we saw Richarlison start and Bisouma. And I did question those 2 additions to the team. But I think Richarlison and especially Bisouma offered a lot. Richarlison, for that first goal, after 36 or so seconds, I think it was, just really, really good. And Brennan Johnson put us 1-0 up. And the atmosphere was impressive from the fans. They were really, really good. And it showed the dominant display. And I'll get the stats up now. So Tottenham had 24 shots, 7 on target, and 41% possession, actually, which is quite interesting. And Bodo Glimt had 3 shots, 1 on target, 59% possession. And, they had 1 goal off the back of that. But yeah, going back to the game, I think it was comfortable for Spurs. I think there was only one moment in that first half where Bodo Glimt had a chance where sort of late on in the first half, and one of their players, it just went over the crossbar. But then James Maddison popped up earlier in that half and made it 2-0, and it was a really good goal. Pedro Porro pinging over the top. And James Maddison with a very clever finish. The way he scuffed it into the ground actually sort of helped, it go in, and it sort of misled the defenders. And then the penalty in the second half, Romero clearly fouled Dominic Solanke. Really good penalty. At 3-0, I thought amazing. If we're going to make it 4 or 5, then that's it. We're going to Bilbao. We're in that final. But that 1 goal has sort of put a little bit of a blip on that performance, and just shows how well drilled, how wrapped up in cotton wool this squad has got to be heading into next week. We play West Ham on Sunday. Forget about it. It's West Ham away. I couldn't give a monkey's how we perform in that game. Who plays in that game? I would literally play the kids of the kids. Because when I say the kids, I feel like our kids are good. But I would literally put any Tom, Dick and Harry out there. It does not matter. Maybe give some minutes to Mikey Moore. Maybe give some minutes to some youth players who could be given a chance next season. But for that second leg, we don't want Mickey van der Ven playing on Sunday. We want no Romero, no Vicario. But I'll put Brandon Austin in goal, or Alfie Whiteman. Really rotate that squad. I want to see 11 changes, Ange Postecoglou. I really do, because Bodo Glimt, what's been quite interesting is they have lost all their, they said this on commentary, they've lost all their away legs in the quarters in the round of 16 against, I think they said, Olympiacos, FC Twente, but they've won all their home legs. Against Lazio, they won 2-0 in the first one, and Lazio beat them 3-1. Maybe because it's the other way around. Like, I could see it coming that they're going to have to go for it, aren't they, in this second leg? They're going to have to really come at us. But that might be good for us. That might be good for Ange Postecoglou's style of football, to be able to, get on this team and really, hold them to account and get, score more goals. Because the next goal wins this game. No matter of fact. If it goes 4-1 on aggregate, or 4-2, 3-2 on aggregate, then that's when the game changes. That's when the momentum shifts. Because if we score that goal, we're through. That's it. It's done. If they score, squeaky bum time. And that's what was happening in that game there. It got a bit squeaky in the old bottoms and a bit nerve-wracking, which put me on edge a little bit. But I feel like being positive, I feel like I saw enough there tonight to be confident that we can beat them next week. And then, the final, who knows what could happen there. I mean, I'm so shocked tonight that Manchester United have gone out to Bilbao, where the final is as well. So they're going to, they will be travelling there again. And they've beat Athletic Bilbao 3-0. Bilbao with a sending off as well. I think they're 4th in La Liga. That's crazy. So, yeah, I really think Tottenham have done well. And I've seen a lot of arguments, a lot of debates about, this is unfair, the Europa League this year. How are Tottenham and United doing so well when there's, teams like Bodo Glimt and, AZ Alkmaar. The teams from the Champions League should be dropping down. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. The Europa League is better without teams dropping down from the Champions League. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Because I just think that's an absolute madness. I think that's crazy talk. That people actually still think that that's a good format. But yeah, moving back to the game. Yeah, I was really impressed with some certain performances. I didn't think Tell was that good when he came on, or Odebear. They were a bit quiet, but, Solanke did his part well. I thought Maddison was good. That's another thing, though. Maddison and Solanke went off injured. So hopefully they're okay. But I saw enough from that performance, as I say, to be positive that we can go to Norway next week, to Glimt, to Bodø, whatever it's called. I think it's Bodø. But they formed 2 teams and beat them comfortably. Tonight was comfortable, I think, and the stats show that. I didn't think they offered too much, and it is frustrating that they've scored that goal, because they'll be very happy with that result, I think, in the end, because it could have been 4 or 5, but their goalkeeper made a good save from Bentancur, I remember earlier in the stages, but yeah, it could literally go. It could go either way, but this is so Tottenham. It's very Tottenham trying to predict what could happen in these sort of games. We've seen it before. I mean, Dynamo Zagreb comes to mind. We were 2-0 up in that and we lost 3-2 under Jose Mourinho. So, yeah, as I say, all the eggs in this basket. Forget the Premier League. It's all about this. And whoever wins this will play probably, it seems like United. I can't imagine Bilbao turning that around. I mean, that would be crazy. To think that United were going out to Lyon in extra time at one stage and then they scored 2 late goals from Mainu and Maguire. This competition, I do love it. I think it's class. And to think, the players have got to be so motivated now to think that if we win this competition, it's not only ending a trophy drought, but it's getting back in the Champions League and the financial nous to sign players this summer and attract, attracts top talent. And then what happens with Ange Postecoglou's future? I've questioned him quite a lot this season. Do we sack him if he wins it? What happens if we lose next week? It's all over for him. It's just so on a knife's edge. I've never known a season quite like it at Tottenham Hotspur, where the league is just a write-off. We've had 19 losses, 20 losses nearly, and we could win the Europa League and get back in the Champions League if we finish 15th, 16th, 17th, wherever we are in that table. But yeah, mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I'll be very intrigued to know what you think of that argument of the formatting as well. And as always, leave your like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you guys are new around here, if you're not subscribed, I want to close in on 7,000 subscribers in the next month. I'm on the road to 10,000 this year. I want to, by the end of 2025, I want to make sure I've got 10,000 subscribers. So get down below and do the business. But yeah, until next time, I've got a very special video actually coming out. I recorded it the other day with Ben Bowman talking about transfers. So stay tuned for that. A good reason to stick your notification bell on, because it will let you know, as I say, when I go live. But until next time, up the Spurs, keep the faith, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Ciao.